Hello, so I recently got the rank 3 parse for Mythic Jailer, so I figured I'd do a kill record video over this. It's not going to be the cleanest thing, but I'll try and point out my mistakes as I make them. This was probably my 20th pull on this boss, so there's definitely things I want to improve on for next week. I'm probably going to keep the video like paused or something while I'm doing this intro section, so I can just go through kind of what's happening later on, because I just want to talk a little bit. First, you'll notice I'm playing Venthyr. You can also play Necro on this. I played Necro last week and I got ranked 6 there, but it is heavily reliant on RNG, kind of to not get horrible mechanics when you need to keep Icy Veins up, whereas Venthyr is much more secure in its Icy Veins, and especially if you're on like the left soak of the Bloods, it's much easier to play Venthyr because oftentimes you're traveling very far distances. In terms of talents, 100% Comet Storm Fight in my opinion, and whether you play Shimmer or Icy Flows is up to you. I think that if you're unfamiliar with the fight, Shimmer is a better choice, and if you are familiar with the fight, Icy Flows is a better choice because Icy Flows just gives you more damage. I'd recommend potentially playing with the Invisibility Conduit to run faster. I'm playing Double Endurance Conduit here because I was just dying to damage, so I needed a little bit more avoidance that you would get from playing Double Endurance as Theotar, and also just the Tempest Barrier, which is another good reason to play Shimmer. I think Unbound Changeling is kind of a must of this fight, even if you have a 278 ooze, just because you need the haste to get your Icy Veins back. So, yeah, let's get started watching it then. You're just going to do the standard opener, right, where you do Frostbolt into Mirrors of Torment, trying to fit a orb in where you're not going to proc much. You're going to want to start a little bit away from the boss, so you can alter time as Chain Pull, or you can Warlock Gate, one of the two. It's just easier to alter time because you will be in your second rune around when that happens. And there will be a Blood Soak almost immediately after the pull as well. So here, Frostbolt into Mirrors of Torment. I use all my cooldowns, right? I was able to sneak a orb in, which is good. No precast because, of course, I'm going to get pulled. I try to alter back as soon as possible, by the way, because all your spells as Frost are calculated on hit, so you want to be in Rune of Power when they hit the boss. I will say, in terms of RNG on this pull, I think that the most egregious thing that happened was I got no MCs, but you can see I'm certainly not kind of playing the best around the pillars, and that's going to be a recurrent theme as well. And one of the main problems was also my Rune of Power placements too. I believe it's the next blood that has a big problem for your Rune of Power placement if you're, like me, the second in rotation. It's a good altar lineup. It's unfortunate that I was being blocked by the pillar there. I'm going to re-Icy Veins there. I think that was a bit late, and it's going to end up being very little use because, I'm trying to hit the boss here, can't hit the boss, can't hit the boss. Now I can, but now I need to teleport all the way over there for the Blood Soak, so I really wasted a lot of that. My thinking behind it was I had a brain freeze on the jailer, right? So he had Where's Chill, and there was a Comet Storm proc. So here, my Rune of Power gets blocked by the pillar, so I should have just held it for a couple seconds, and this was one of the things that I was mentioning. So, wait a little bit to take it so that I don't have to resist the pullback, because I'm not playing Icy Flows, so it's pretty hard to do damage while resisting the pullback unless you get super lucky. But you can see I'm getting a lot of bombs, so I did end up deleting this VOD because it had a lot of copyright audio in it. I didn't want to get copyright striked, so I guess you can't really see there. I'm wasting another 4 seconds of rune because I probably should have blinked before casting Icy Veins. But But yeah, and then here I'm fine just cast in place because he's gonna phase to P2. Anyway, so you won't be able to see the clips. I think there was 2 clips of me just dying from falling in a hole at the wrong angle, or like blinking like on a pixel and then falling in a hole from tonight, but it was pretty funny. So I guess I should really not play copyright audio, which kind of sucks. Other than that, we're kind of getting into the phase where your cooldown placement doesn't really matter. You just kind of have to move with the boss. There might be times where you might want to hold your icy veins a little bit because the charms are about to come out or something like that, but I should be probably a little more proactive with my cooldowns here. I had barrier up that time and I didn't use it, so. And there my flurry refreshed, which is sad. And here I should be rune powering. But a lot of times it is better if you have 1 Fingers of Frost proc and a Brain Freeze to cast Brain Freeze at the end of your Frostbolt, but a lot of times you might see people like who are trying to high parse like I am here, even though this is, only my 2nd kill, so it's actually, I guess, a bad habit I built up, is I'll just ignore the Brain Freeze and try and Ice Lance and hope I don't get a 2nd Brain Freeze. But here I'm gonna not Icy Veins, that's on purpose because the charms just came out, so I wanted to make sure I didn't get them. And then you're going to hold your 2nd pot and Sigil for Lust, because this isn't a 10-minute fight, so you won't get 3 uses or anything. I didn't really lose anything walking out of that Rune of Power, because I didn't get any extra Ice Lances before it ended, so. I'm not going to cast Mage of Torment here, because we're about to enter stage 3, and since it's not a buff, it will actually just expire normally, so you want to not do that. Would have been nice if we got our 3 stack before stage 3 happened, but that's right. It's very nice playing Theatar for the movement here. I thought I pressed Flurry there, so I just sent 2 unempowered Ice Lances for no reason. I definitely should have used Mirrors of Torment there. This was worked out nicely. I can just stand in this little hole. Unfortunate my Comet Storm missed there. So. And I don't get a 6 stack on this heal. I only get a 3 stack. It probably would have been good to hold that Comet Storm for the sad phase, but I'm just a little inexperienced with this fight, so. But I think holding the Comet Storm for the ad phase, and then also not wasting so much Rune of Power up time, I wasted about 5 to 6% Rune of Power up time, would have been, what changes this parse from a rank 3 to a rank 1, so. I, of course, did not play this exceptionally well, so did not deserve at all a rank 1. Or even perhaps a rank 3. I was a little surprised, that's for sure. Then we get the offhand, which I don't have a main hand, so I think that's useless. I'll still have to sim some 272s with it, I suppose. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Leave any questions down below, and have a good weekend.